Hi there everyone. This is going to be my first video of going into a recovery because I've been watching lots of videos on lots of different recovery methods. I've been in and out of AA in my time, and not everything works for everyone. So what I'm going to try and do on this program is to try and incorporate different methods where everything is inclusive, everything. So there obviously is certain programs that have been out there for many years, and then there are programs that have only been out here 30 years. But unfortunately for me, I'm just trying to avoid the light that just keeps shining in my eyes. Sorry, bear with. To the programs that are 30 years but are still unheard of. So basically, we have, for those of you who've been in recovery or have heard of recovery or had family in recovery, AA has always been the go-to place to go, and a safe place for people. And if people have had alcohol offences, are usually sent to AA and get the signature done. So AA is, and that's the one that's been the long-term recovery program with the 12 steps, which is a spiritual program. But since Bill wrote that book, there is now other options available with SMART and TSM and other options that are out there. And I think what I would like to do is open up people's views of other types of recovery aside from AA, because AA doesn't work for everyone. And with religion and spirituality not being a big thing in people's lives these days, we need to look at other aspects of how we can encourage people to recover from this horrible addiction of the brain chemistry telling us things that aren't true, basically. So I kind of like relate my depression along with my alcoholism. Both of them tell me lies. Both of them tell me I need them. Both of them tell me that I need to be in their space when there's lots of other stuff I could be doing otherwise. But they hog the brain, they do all that. So what I'm going to do is video by video is talk one thing at a time about each part of my recovery. I'm 2 months in now from my last relapse, shall we call it, where I totally wanted to kill myself, die, felt useless, felt worthless, felt ridiculous, embarrassed, ashamed, guilty, all those feelings, all those things all come into it. Which then puts you in the cycle of then using again, because then you want to kill that pain, you want to kill that guilt, you want to numb that feeling. So you then drink or use again. And then the cycle just goes on around. And in the meantime, you're hurting friends, family, everyone around you who cares. And worst of all, you're hurting yourself, because then you think they don't care. You start to care less about yourself, or then you become very selfish in your addiction, becoming focused on what you and your brain and your body, especially when your body becomes dependent as well, what your body requires. And you have to listen to your body. You know, bodybuilders will say, oh, we need protein, they listen to their bodies, they do what their body says. Well, unfortunately, that's what happens with people that have got drug dependency or alcohol dependency, is their bodies tell them, this is what I need, this is what we want, this is what we need. And when that controls your brain all day long until you get that fix, that buzz, you can't focus on anything else. You can't concentrate. You can't think positively. until you know you've got that bottle in your bag, or your pouch in your pocket, or you've been to the shop or your dealer or whatever it is that is your drug of choice. It controls you until you know, and then you've got that safety net. Right, once I can get through today, I know I've got that at the end of the day, and then you can get through the day, and then you've got that at the end of the day, so then you can manage to get through that. This is why a lot of people who are having alcohol or drug disorders can get through the day and they're still functioning, is because once they've got that safety net, they know they can get through the day, they can still get there. So people, and what upsets me at the moment is when people say alcoholics or drug addicts, which are both not very nice terms. People think of people on the streets, smelly old tramps, jacking up or drinking raw bottles of hooch. Not hooch, is it hooch? Well, that's like 40%, 50%. And that's when people think alcoholics or drug addicts, they think of the people jacking up in the street, lying unconscious, or people drinking meth. So what I want to do is I want to put to bed about the myths. Drug addiction, drug misuse, alcohol misuse, it doesn't have any what do I want to say, choice of who it picks. You can be on the street, or you can be a top solicitor in a firm, working really hard, sniffing a bit of coke to keep you going, turns into a bit of this, turns into a bit of that. It has no judgment. It takes everyone, it takes anyone, it takes everyone. So what I want to do with my journey is, mine is alcohol. I have fortunately, thankfully, not delved into the drug realm. I think if I had of, I don't think I'd be here today. I think it would have sucked me straight down and in and gone, which is probably what has saved me, because I've always been scared of that lack of control, that lack of, I don't know, not that I've been able to control the alcohol, because that's a complete lie, but I've been able to tell myself that for all these years. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to do a set of videos. So my journey started, well, this journey started 2 months ago, when I had another breakdown, completely abused alcohol. I've hurt family, I've hurt friends. It's affected my work ethics, it's affected the way I think, and this time round I feel things are different, and it's because I've been offered more options. And what I want to do is, by talking about this, is that anyone else that's stuck in that rut that I felt I was in, with more options, you don't feel that the only option is AA. I'm not dissing AA, and I won't diss AA. AA did me really good, and I've still got friends that are in AA, but AA isn't for everybody. But when you're offered these options, when you're in a crisis, you don't get offered the other options. You get told you got to go to AA, and then that puts people off. So what I want to do is, without dissing AA, because AA has its place and purpose, and it's saved a lot of lives, is to just add to that within your toolbox, within that there are other options. So what I want to talk about in my next videos will be, aside from AA, which I will talk about as well, because I want to put the positives on that, is also TSM and SMART, and just general meetings, and encouragement, and group meetings and group therapy, because that's a big part of recovery. So what I'll do is try and label it with each, so you don't have to watch a video that's not for you. So if you're not, don't believe in TSM, I'll label it TSM, so you don't even have to watch and get bored by the video. But I want to share as much information as possible. I've been researching like mad. So what I want to do on my videos, and I will link other videos into them when I can, is share what I've learnt on my recovery, and hopefully that will then help other people on their recovery, because no one needs to be ashamed. It's not a shameful place to be. It's no worse than having a food addiction, sex addiction, gambling addiction. Unfortunately, yes, it affects our health worse. And a lot of people who have been on an alcohol bender, from a meeting today, I had one lady who's a sport athlete, professional, had a heart attack. Don't know how old she is. She looks a hell of a lot younger than me. Got a guy that sat next to me who a bit older than me, but is now walking with a cane and can't walk because of all the liver enzymes, and it's affected his mobility and his general health. And then there's other people that were in the group who are struggling with getting benefits, housing, and just getting their life back on track. So everyone has their own journey, but alcohol being one of the biggest killers as a legal drug, it needs dealing with. It needs more awareness in the community, and it needs more people to be aware. And for family and friends who've got someone who is struggling with it, try not to shame that person. I know you think the hard love is the best. All that does, in my experience, is push you back into your shell. And then you think, well, I won't tell you then. And then you hide away and you hide that addiction, you hide back into it. Whereas accepting that misuse, accepting, oh, you are misusing, yeah, you're drinking 2 bottles a day, what are you doing? You know, come on, can't you just do one? And encourage them, and then maybe encourage them to do other things as well in that time. This will come in other videos, because this is what I've been learning a lot. So what I want to do is, this is the beginning, so this is Debbie Does Disorder. Yeah, Debbie Does Disorders. So alcohol disorder, alcohol misuse, AUD, alcohol usage disorder. And what I'd like to do is just bring other things into the equation. So if people want to talk about other stuff as well, bring it in, because it all comes with under the same umbrella, whether it be drugs or alcohol or gambling or sex addiction or shopping. Shopping's a really big one for some people. They can't stop shopping, and theirs is shopping. I'm glad mine's not, because I can't afford to go shopping. But can't afford to drink either at the minute. But yeah, it all comes under the same umbrella, and it's that addiction, it's that focus, and it's bringing yourself back to being you. And I think that's where AA does its good, is because it brings you back into the spiritual person and touching you back. Not, yeah, all right, it's in touch with God, but it's also in touch with yourself, your inner being, yourself. And that is a big part of it. So we will talk about all of the aspects of recovery, as well as the new ones, the old ones, but every angle that comes in, and every suggestion people come in with as well in the comments or on these videos, we'll talk about and bring it all in together, so that everyone's inclusive, no one feels left out, no one needs to feel ashamed, and we can recover together. So I think I'm going to leave it there for today's video. I'm going to post this now. It's my first video, so, you know, it's really, compared to other videos I watch on YouTube, this is single narrative, and obviously no editing, because I've got no experience in all that kind of thing. I just wanted to come on and do a video and start off a series that I'd like to do, and we'll see how it goes from there. So hopefully I will see you all on the next video. See you later.